sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What it do, gang? We live. We back, man. Welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I'm your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. Y'all know why I'm here, man. Bring you another edition of the starting five for DraftKings and FanDuel, alright? But before we do that, it's the lineup review. Going on my best lineups from yesterday's slate. So pull up a chair. Let's talk about it, man. If you're new to the channel, you're in the right spot. Hit that subscribe button, man. I promise you won't be sorry. Definitely, everybody, do your boy one small favor, man. Hit that like button for me, man. Get that good karma headed your way early this morning or afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this, man. Hit that like button for your boy. Let's chop it up, man. Last night, rough one on DK. Got it done on FanDuel, but rough one on DK. Just didn't have the right combinations, man. Needed way more that New York game than just Jalen Brunson. That thing was absurd. I was watching that game. They could not miss. So needed way more than that. Needed way more of that game than just Jalen Brunson. But if you saw my tweet yesterday, you know I was high on Brunson, high on De'Aaron Fox on DK, and FanDuel I was high on Jabari Smith and high on Tari Eason. Best lineup over here on DK, it's in the $1.20 max. Put up 310, man. See De'Aaron Fox at the top, 21% on, 57 fantasy points for him. Went to Zach LaVine, man. Come on, OT and everything, man. Come on, Zach. 46. He didn't destroy me, but I at least should have got a 50-plus burger here in this spot in a great game environment. Had him paired with Embiid for the little game stack run. And when you get your little mini game stack like that with two of the stars and you get overtime, man, come on, man. But didn't work out here. Tari Eason at 44%, 46 fantasy points, definitely crushed over 10x right here in this spot. Maxi Cleaver just looking for a different value play. He's been approaching 30 minutes in playing time, so just wanted to get to him at 3,400, trying to get different with a value piece. 21 fantasy points for him. Joel Embiid obviously crushed 17%, 65 fantasy points. Dante DiVincenzo gave me absolutely nothing. 17 fantasy points for him. Sucked in the blowout against the Rockets. Went back to that Keegan Murray spot as 5.5% on. He gave you 38 fantasy points. He knows we had some great shooting performances yesterday. I tell you that. Taurean Prince had the game of his life shooting the three ball. Ogbaji had the game of his life shooting the three ball. Keegan Murray came over his 6 threes. It was a shooting exhibition last night. But just wanted to go back to Keegan Murray because I knew the scoring would come from outside. That's why I like Fox and Murray, because I knew the scoring would come outside. It would be a little tough trying to go inside on Walker Kessler down there. I talked about it a little bit yesterday in the video, so that's why we like these guys, and it worked out in our favor. We just couldn't get our combinations right. And just finished it out, Isaiah Hartenstein, 2.3%. Just knowing the back and forth with Mitchell Robinson over there and him having a battle with Gobert down there. Thought he could see some foul trouble. Could be a little extra run for Isaiah Hartenstein. Only 19 fantasy points here, though. 310, like I said, a rough one on DK. FanDuel very solid, man. Still shooting at that 222, man. It gotta fall here in a second. It gotta fall, man. We came in 182nd place, put up 349. The problem on FanDuel for me was too much Kyrie Irving. He did not do what we need him to do against Memphis. I was way over the field on Kyrie Irving. Did not work out for me. But at the top, Steph Curry at 14% on, 51 fan points. It was just a lock for me. Like I told you, I tweeted out on FanDuel yesterday, Tari Eason and Jabari Smith that I love. So I needed to run back. I like this whole game. I like this game as a whole in general. So I wanted to pair those Houston guys with Steph. So Steph gave us 50 fantasy points. Wish it could have been a little higher. Hopefully, wish Houston could have kept it a little closer, but we'll definitely take 50 from Steph here in this spot. Tyrese Maxey at 7.3%. Gave you 38 fantasy points. He's just been playing well, man. I'm going to continue to go to Maxey. They're going to keep him in this little 6K range. Kyrie Irving already talked about. Josh Christopher. Just got caught with my hand in the cookie jar here. Was waiting on that Jalen Green news. Was hoping we was going to get him out. He was in. I had liked the rest of my bill, so I just left it. I figured he would get some playing time because they had no Sengun, no Tate. And I figured he'd be one of the first guys off the bench. Got him at 0.4% on, 22 fantasy points. Tari Eason, heavy favorite like everybody else, 47 from him. Zach LaVine, 48 points over here on on FanDuel higher than DK because you know the steals and blocks are worth more. He gave you 4 stocks last night, so solid outing over here on FanDuel as well, but still needed 50 plus from him, man. Kelly Olynyk 47% on everybody's chalk. If you watch me, you know my videos. I done told you whenever marketing is out and Clarkson it frees up usage, Olynyk is one of their better offensive producers. He had a solid game with 43 fantasy points. Jabari Smith right here dropped 39 for at 7.1% on, and then Maxi Kleber again down here 2.6% on with 21.6 fantasy points. That was my sneaky value play yesterday. Like, let me just sneak Maxi Kleber in here. Hopefully he can have a game of his life like everybody else, but didn't work out, man. Like I said, needed more Obaji and Taurean Prince, but there you have it. Still a solid night on FanDuel, very profitable. Let's get to today's slate, man. We got another 6-gamer right in that pocket. Little medium-sized slate here. At the top, I want to look at Trae Young, 9,600. You seen the thumbnail, man. I got interest in Trae Young with or without injury news, but we could get him without DeJounte Murray here, and it could absolutely be the Ice Trae show, man. Going against the Detroit team, shorthanded, not very good at all. Nothing to worry about over there. I just expect it to be his show completely if DeJounte Murray happens to miss, man. Usually those early questionables like that with illness, that usually mean they not going to play. So I'm leaning towards Murray not playing, but like I said, if he does play, I'm still perfectly fine going to Trae Young. Love this matchup, love everything about it. And Trae has just been playing lights out of late, getting ready for this playoff run. So I like getting the Trae at 9,600. Coming at shooting guard, I got my eye on this Spurs backcourt, man. I think you can mix and match a couple of these pieces. They're extremely short-handed. Vassili's out. Trey Jones is questionable, doubtful, whatever. He should be out. And Devontae Graham is leaning towards out. So I want to take a look at Blake Wesley here. He could enter the starting lineup. I don't know what that starting backcourt will be, provided all those guys are out. We shall see. You might get some Branham and Langford, or it could be Branham and Wesley. It's a couple of different ways they could go. So I'm just going to try to mix and match those pieces and go. I'm going to lean towards the starters. When we get this starting lineup, I'm going to lean more towards the starters. But right now, I got my eye on Blake Wesley at 3,800. Nice value piece going against New Orleans Pelicans. At the small forward, look at Denny Avdia. 5Ks, no Kyle Kuzma. You know when one of these big three are out, Denny Avdia is the next man up. He should see 25 to 30 minutes here in this spot. Hopefully we can get him over 30. And Denny Avdia is a nice fantasy contributor. He's a guy that's going to fill up the stat sheet for you. And if he can score a little bit, you can get a big point. You can get a big fantasy point return from him. He has 40-point upside with Beal and Porzingis in there. So I don't mind getting Denny Avdia, and I don't mind pairing him with my next guy, the power forward, Kristaps Porzingis, 8,900. And listen, I think I like Beal and Porzingis tonight heavily going against the Orlando Magic team with no Kyle Kuzma, man. I'm going to have plenty of those guys. I like the price tags over here on DraftKings. I think there's a nice, I think there's still some value to be had at these price tags on DK. So give me some Kristaps Porzingis here in this matchup against the Orlando Magic. And then coming to the center spot, going right back to my boy Machiavelli. I don't want to mispronounce his name, but 4,200 should be in the starting lineup. Zach Collins is out, no Bassett. We seen him in this spot last time, give you a solid game with a poor offensive outing. I expect that to improve here, and I expect him to give you a big one in this spot at 4,200. Him and Keldon Johnson will probably be the primary two scorers, provided that Doug McDermott is out. But if all this backcourt is out, it's going to be Keldon Johnson, and then probably him. He's going to be the number 2 scorer probably behind Keldon Johnson, in my opinion, just from watching everything. Machiavelli has a nice little offensive game here. I'm not too much worried about the matchup against Josen Valanciunas. I like getting the Mamu here. All right, so there you have it, man. Your starting 5 for DraftKings: Mamu, Kristaps Porzingis, Denny Avdia, Blake Wesley, and Trae Young. Let's go look at FanDuel and see what I'm feeling over there. All right. Come in on FanDuel, staying at the top with Trae Young, 9,900, $300 price increase. But like I said, man, the matchup sets up perfect for him. He's been playing well. He should absolutely kill. And if you get DeJounte Murray out, I'm going to be heavy Trae Young. I like him at 9,900. At the shooting guard, like I just told you, man, I'm gonna take shots on all these Spurs guard, Romeo Langford, even outside of the starters. Even when we do get that starting lineup, if it's Branham and Langford, I'm still gonna play some Wesley. These guys are gonna have to play. They're extremely thin in that backcourt and extremely thin as a whole. Like I said, especially if McDermott sits as well too. So I like getting Romeo Langford. Just want to mention mix and match some of these Spurs backcourt guys, as any one of them is capable of giving you a number you can need on this 6-game slate. All right. Coming in at small forward, staying with Denny Avdia, 5K. Like I said, he just the Swiss Army knife for this Washington Wizards team, man. When he gets in the game, he defends. He does whatever the team needs, man. Hopefully he can get some offensive output in this matchup and hit that 40-point ceiling we like from him here at this 5K price tag. I'm going to have a lot of Denny Avdia, hands down, tonight. At the power forward, staying with my boy Sandro Mamu, or Machiavelli as I like to call him, man. 5,100. Look, almost $1,000 increase on FanDuel, but I think he's still in play, man. He still see big minutes, barring foul trouble or anything crazy. I like him in this matchup. Should be in line for a double-double here, man. I like him. I think he scores a little more this game. I think you see a better offensive output from him, but I like getting the Machiavelli here, 5,100 on FanDuel as well. And rounding out at the center, want to look at Marvin Bagley. This Detroit team, like I said, it's a nice run. Going Marvin Bagley's a nice little mini game stack, a run back to my Trae Young here. And he should just be locked in for all the minutes he can handle. No Duran, the Detroit, no Bogdanovich, none of them guys. The Detroit is extremely short-handed. Nice matchup against the Hawks. The Hawks defense hasn't been nothing to write home about this season so far. I like getting the Marvin Bagley at 5,600. Should start at the power forward spot right beside Wiseman, and he should be able to get it done here. I'm looking for a nice scoring output for him. Hopefully, he can get to 10 boards and get us a double-double. But Bagley's mainly an offensive power forward, so his upside really comes from his ability to score. I like him though at 5,600 right here. And there you have it, man. You're starting 5 on FanDuel. Marvin Bagley, Sandro Machiavelli, Denny Avdia, Romeo Langford, and Trae Young, man. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools for sure, man. If you want complete access to me and my lineups and me helping you build before lock, and if you're trying to jump in this 20 max game, want to learn how to do that, how to set, whatever your settings need to be for your optimizer, that sort of thing, man, hit the Patreon link, man. That's going to do it for us here today. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, all right? Let's get it.